Hi, welcome to Magnolia Props. Today we are looking at our replica Mithril shirt kit. So to start we have the stainless steel Hobbit size shirt, the bullion embroidered collar, the hook and eye closures for the collar, and 2 sizes in rhinestones to be added to the collar. Before we start to assemble the shirt, there is a choice to be made. If you want the stainless steel to be lighter, you can airbrush the shirt using an iridescent pearl paint. However, today we will keep the stainless steel as it comes. Stage 1. You will need a needle and thread. To begin, we need to strengthen the collar backing so we can attach the mail to it. What we want to do is to sew around the edge of the backing to make it strong. For this I am using a fine needle and a single thread. A pair of small pliers will help drive the needle through the tough canvas of the collar. When sewing, make sure that the needle is exiting to the side in order not to hit the silver bullion edge. Also keep your stitching tight and close together. Also, as you come to each corner of the collar, I recommend to tie off the thread and start a new line. We have now completed strengthening the collar backing where the mail will be sewn onto it. I have left the inside of the collar with the original stitching as it won't have any weight on this. However, I have strengthened the inside where the hook and eye closures will be attached. Stage 2. Now we will attach the collar to the mail. I am going to start at the back of the shirt where the corners of the mail can clearly be found. I am going to first stitch the corners so that I will not lose my place. I will add a stitch in the middle of the long sides to help keep the mail in the right place so it lines up. Only sew to the backing of the collar and not through the tough canvas in order not to hit the bullion on the other side. Now that the corners are done and all lined up, I will sew the rest of the mail to the collar. To attach the mail to the collar, I am using what is called a blanket stitch. This locks off each stitch to the last, making it a bit stronger. The back of the collar is now done. I will continue on each side, again by first doing single stitches on the corners and the middle of the long sides. Now that the sides are finished, I am going to stop and attach the hook and eye closures, as it will be hard to do once all the mail is attached to the front of the collar. The closures are quite small and challenging to attach. The placement of these is important to get right so they can be linked together to close the front of the collar. Make sure to sew each one so that it is protruding about 1 mm past the edge of the collar. I have ended up only using 5 closures as I thought it was enough, but 6 is an option also. Don't be afraid to flex the collar so that you can get your needle under the closure. To make it easier, you can use a curved needle for this. Now that the closures have been attached, I will continue to sew the mail to the collar. Again, stitching the corners to stay in the right place so everything lines up. You may find that the mail may be slightly longer than the collar on some sides. Simply bunch the mail evenly along the sides so there won't be too much mail built up on the next corner. Using the blanket stitch, I have nearly completed stage 2. I just have the last piece at the bottom of the front of the collar. Stage 3. Now that we have finished the sewing the collar to the mail, there is another option to choose. You can hand paint the gold of the embroidery to dull it down if you wish. For this, you can use this recommended gold paint. You can see the difference between before and after on these 2 shirts. Now all we need to do is to add the rhinestones to the collar. As you can see, I have already glued most of them randomly on the collar. It is hard to be screen accurate for this as the shirt made for the films was a lot larger. So I recommend just placing them how you see fit. There are more than enough rhinestones, so you can add as many or a little as you like. To glue these to the collar, I recommend this glue. I use a toothpick to place the glue on the collar in small spots. Then I use this diamond painting pen to make it easier, which can be found in most department stores, or just simply use your finger to place the rhinestone onto the glue spots. Finally, our mithril shirt is complete and ready to be displayed. I hope this video was enough to help you get started. If you have any questions as you assemble your mithril shirt, don't hesitate to email us for more information.